Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the White Township Athletic Complex for today's WPIAL baseball matchup between the Indiana Indians and Elizabeth Forward. Welcome into the S&T Bank broadcast booth. This is Pat Doherty, along with our cast of characters getting us on the air today. So we appreciate their work. It is a cool and crisp day, but the field looks like it's in great shape. This should be a dandy of a matchup between two of the WPIAL Quad A top teams. Indiana comes into the game ranked number 1 by the Trib High School Sports Network, and Elizabeth Forward is number 4. They come in at 6-1. Indiana is 6-0. It should be a really good matchup. The pitcher for Elizabeth Forward is going to go play at Kent State, I believe, in the MAC conference. And Indiana's going to have more of a bullpen day. That's as a result of the schedule. Indiana has 2 section games Thursday and Friday on the schedule, both against Derry, whereas Elizabeth Forward didn't have a section game this week. They're in an off week. They have an odd number of teams in their section. So we'll see how this thing plays out as we go here today, as far as coaching strategies and who's going to play who. And it looks like Indiana's going to play some young guys. Indiana's going to start a new pitcher today, Michael Zimmerman. He has no... but today he'll get the start. And Coach Petroff would like to see him go about 2 innings and then turn this thing into a bullpen game. So that sets the stage for us here today. We're glad you're with us here on Renda Digital TV. This is the Indiana High School Baseball pregame show brought to you by the law office of Patrick Doherty, and we'll be back after this.
Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team at the law office of Patrick Doherty.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team at the law office of Patrick Doherty.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini-split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
The new Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
Penn Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at SobekFitness.com.
Hey. And welcome back to the White Township Athletic Complex for a beautiful day of WPIAL Quad A baseball. The coaches are just getting ready to meet with the umpires and the captains. Let's run through today's starting lineups. Today's starting lineups are being brought to you by the Indiana County Technology Center, providing the necessary tools to jumpstart your future. Visit their website at ictc.edu. First, the Elizabeth forward. They come in with a record of 6-1. They are managed by Frank Champ. And they'll lead off this way. Leading off, number 2, the center fielder, Charlie Knight. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 29, J.B. Krovac. Batting third and playing shortstop will be number 1, A.J. Grease. Batting fourth and pitching will be number 7, Cy Herschelroth. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 20, Jacob Peterson. Batting sixth, playing first base, will be number 3, Nate Grimm. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 8, Landon Jackson. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, number 16, Jack Krovac. And batting ninth and doing the catching will be number 22, Mitchell Buick. For the Indians, they are 6-0. They are managed by Dan Petroff. They'll line up this way. Leading off is the center fielder, Carter Putt. Batting second and playing left field will be Tim Birch. Batting third and catching will be Ethan Shank. Batting fourth and playing first base will be Mark Collinger. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, Charlie Manzi. Batting sixth and playing second base will be Caden Force. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, Rocco Cosentino. The last time out, Rocco hit a home run deep to right field. So Indiana's looking for some power from Rocco. All right, batting eighth will be the designated hitter, Tyler Gonis. Batting ninth and playing shortstop will be Will Olson. And on the mound for the Little Indians will be Mikey Zimmerman. It is his first pitching appearance of the year for Indiana. Look at some of the statistics here real quick for Indiana. Leading hitter for Indiana right now is Caden Force. He has been hot to start the season. He's batting .538. He has 7 hits in 13 at-bats. Right behind him is Carter Putt. Carter hadn't played baseball for a couple years, came out this year, and it's kind of solidified Indiana's center field position. Carter's batting .462. He has 6 hits and 13 at-bats. As I mentioned, Rocco Cosentino, he's batting .385. Mark Collinger's batting .353. Those are some of Indiana's leaders. Indiana does have 2 home runs this year, and that would be Ethan Shank and Rocco Cosentino. And I didn't mean to, shortchange Ethan Shank, because he's gotten some big hits for Indiana this year and does a great job behind the plate. He's actually throwing out, as a defensive catcher, 33% of guys that have tried to steal against him, which is a very high percentage. So that's the way this starts. Some other stats for Indiana on the pitching side. So far this year, Indiana's team ERA is 1.62. Through 6 games, they have only given up a total of 12 hits. So they're averaging giving up only 2 hits a game. And more impressively, they've only walked 31 guys, and they've struck out 59. So anytime you have a strikeout to walk ratio of 2-to-1, that is a big deal. So we're going to take our final break and get ready for the first pitch here at the White Township Recreation Center.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677. Penn Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at SobekFitness.com.
The new Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
And welcome back to the White Township Recreation Complex for today's WPIAL baseball matchup between Indiana and Elizabeth Forward. So we have a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It is a little chilly, but you can't beat it. It's no better day than to be on the baseball field, that's for sure. And we are just about ready to take our warm-ups. Today's umpires behind the plate will be Marty Knezevich. And in the bases is Brian Burns. So just a tremendous day. We got Mikey Zimmerman. As I've said, he's not pitched at all this year, but he's no stranger to pitching. He did a great job for the JV team last year, and so now he's getting his first start. As we know, Indiana has been heavy on pitching this year. led by Ryan Okapal and Greg Minnick as their two section starters, if you will. Some quick stats brought to you by Crimson Wealth Management on the pitching front. Greg Minnick has thrown 4 innings. He started 2 games. He's got an ERA at 3.5 and a WHIP of 1.5. What's impressive about Greg is obviously his fastball. He's got 7 strikeouts to 2 walks. But when you look at Ryan Okapal's record and his stats, it's even better. His ERA is 0. He's got 12 strikeouts to 3 walks, and he's only given up 1 hit, and obviously no runs. So Indiana has a depth of pitching, and we're going to see some of those arms today, most likely. As Zimmerman finishes up his warm-ups, the battery for Indiana is Michael Zimmerman pitching and Ethan Schenk catching. Around the horn, you've got Charlie Manzi at third, Will Olson at shortstop, Caden Force at second, Mark Collinger at first, Tim Birch is in left, Carter Putt is in center, and Rocco Cosentino is in right. Elizabeth Ford is wearing all black uniforms, black tops with red trim and black bottoms. Indiana goes with the black tops and the white pants at home. And Zimmerman sets and delivers. First pitch is 4:06 today. Ball low. Second pitch into Charlie Knight is a strike, brings the count to 1-1. Knight is playing center field today. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on the breaking ball by Zimmerman. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Knight. Zimmerman rocks and fires. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Ethan Schenk. And Zimmerman looks in on the 2-2 pitch. That ball stroked into the left center field gap, on to make the diving catch. Tremendous, tremendous catch by Tim Birch in left field. That ball looked like it was going to get into the left center field gap and get down, but Birch was able to cover ground and make a nice sliding catch. J.B. Krovac steps in. He's playing right field today, so 1 out for Zimmerman. Ball outside to Krovac. Zimmerman's all of probably about 6'1" or so. I saw him pregame, and he really towered over me. Not saying much. Ball fouled out of play to even the count at 1-1. I apologize, we don't have Elizabeth Ford stats. They don't put them on Max Preps, so we weren't able to access them for the broadcast. So maybe we'll just make them up as we go. Ball outside. So that'll make the count 2-1 on J.B. Krovac, the right fielder. That ball's up. So 3-1 is the count on Krovac. Zimmerman does not want to walk a man here. And Krovac reaches on a walk, bringing to the place the shortstop, A.J. Grease. Zimmerman works from the stretch. That ball kicks away. Krovac will advance to second. Ethan tried to block that. Ethan Shank, the Indiana catcher, and it just kicked away to his left. So now the Elizabeth Ford has a man in scoring position. And there's a strike to even the count at 1-1 on A.J. Grease. The infielders behind Zimmerman are jockeying at second base to keep the runner close. Pitch gets behind Shank, and a man at third. They're looking to make the turn. That's a pass ball all the way, and normally you don't see this out of Ethan Shank. He's a very good defensive catcher, but now Elizabeth Ford has one out and a man on third base. They're going to try to cash this runner in as the number 3 man, A.J. Grease, steps in. 2-1 pitch is fouled off into the Elizabeth Ford dugout to even the count at 2-2. Thank you for joining us today. Our presenting sponsors are Force Turf Solution and Sobek Fitness. We thank them for all their support of Indiana baseball. Strike 3. Big breaking ball by Zimmerman gets a swing and the miss for out number 2.
Now batting.
That'll bring to the plate the pitcher, Cy Herschelroth. He's a left-handed batter, stepping in. Zimmerman with his first strikeout. There's a strike down at the knees. Home plate umpire Marty Knezevich has a very distinct strike call. That ball's up and out to even the count at 1-1. Zimmerman's working from the stretch. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. That ball is ripped into right field. Oh, and it drops in front of Rocco Cosentino. Single. That'll score a run, and Elizabeth Forward takes an early 1-0 lead on the single to right by Herschelroth.
Now batting, number 20, Jacob Peterson.
That'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 20, Jacob Peterson. And are they going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher? And it looks like they do. That's the delay there. In high school baseball, you can have a courtesy runner for your pitcher. Elizabeth Ford is doing that. I didn't catch the number. Ball hit to third baseman Charlie Manzi. Manzi up, throws across the diamond. Good stretch by the first baseman. Mark Collinger for the third out of the inning. Elizabeth Ford gets 1 run on 1 hit. 1 man left. Your score after half inning, Elizabeth Forward 1, Indiana coming to bat. We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate, estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team of the law office of Patrick Doherty.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Okay, welcome back to the White Township Athletic Complex. Elizabeth Ford has an early 1-0 lead. We want to thank Sobek Fitness as our presenting sponsor. Indiana's only open floor gym. One step inside and you'll realize this is no ordinary gym. The largest selection of equipment to pick from, including plate loaded machine and plate select machines. Sobek Fitness open 24/7. Join anytime and receive access via your cell phone. Call Sobek Fitness 724-801-8170 or email Mike at sobekfitness.com. So our game's stat sponsor is Crimson Wealth Management. As we said in the top of the first, Elizabeth Ford, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 man left on base. And the lineup for Indiana, leading off will be Carter Putt. Then batting second will be Tim Birch, Ethan Shank, Mark Collinger, Charlie Manzi, Caden Force, Rocco Cosentino, Tyler Gonis is the DH today, and Will Olson will bat ninth. Indiana has been averaging a bunch of runs this year. Offensively, they have scored in their 6 games 56 runs. So just a tick under 10 runs a game. So as Cy Herkelroth continues to finish his warm-ups, he's a left-hander. Coach Petroff told me before the game he's going, I believe, to Kent State. He's going to bring every bit of 90-plus miles an hour from the left side, and he is their horse. As we said, Elizabeth Ford has not played at all this week, either as Indiana, but it's their bye week in their section. This game was originally scheduled for May 8th, and because of the rain and some things like that, Indiana shuffled their schedule, and Elizabeth Ford came to Indiana today instead of that late game in May. Both of these teams are highly rated by the Trib High School Sports Network. Indiana's number 1 in 4A, and Elizabeth Ford is number 4. Stepping in now is Carter Putt. Carter Putt is batting .462 on the season. He has 6 hits, 6 singles. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Little off speed. Herschelroth sets and delivers. Ball on the outside. 1-1 is the count on Carter Putt, Indiana's center fielder. As I mentioned earlier, Carter didn't play baseball the last 2 years, but came back out this year, and it's good to have him. Foul tip. Carter brings a lot of speed. As you know, he's a tremendous wrestler. He is committed to go to Seton Hill University in Greensburg to wrestle. He's the second all-time winningest wrestler in Indiana high school history. And that ball's going to be fouled down the left field side and out of play. Herschelroth looks, gets his sign. Rocks kicks, ball outside to even the count 2-2. So as we know in high school baseball, you want to try to work pitch counts early. You don't want to let these pitchers just get into a groove. And there's a strike. Strike 3 swinging by Putt. That'll bring up the left fielder, Tim Birch. Birch steps in. He missed a couple games early in the year due to a shoulder injury, but he seems to be rounding back into form. He's only batting .143, but he's getting on base at a .455 clip. Ball inside, lefty on lefty matchup here. Carter Putt was also a left-handed hitter. That ball's outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Tim Birch. Tim Birch is committed to also go. He's going to further his education and play baseball at Seton Hill University in Greensburg as well. There's a ball. Tim thought about it for a second, but held up. 3-0 is the count now on Tim Birch. And there's a strike. And Tim was taking all the way on 3-1. Or 3-0, a correction. Now it's 3-1. And the pitch. Fouled back off the screen. Make it 3-2. Herschel Roth has done a good job here of battling back from a 3-0 count. Herschel Roth gets his sign. And that's poked into left field for a single. Tim Birch goes the other way with a single on a 3-2 pitch. That'll bring to the plate Ethan Shank, Indiana's catcher.
12, Ethan Shank.
Good job by Tim Birch in that at bat. Worked him full and was able to just slap that ball right into left field in front of the left fielder. And I would expect Tim to be looking to go, although Herschel Roth is a left-hander. They'll want to see his move first. And immediately throws over with a step off. Oh, and they picked Tim Birch off. And Birch able to run through the pickle, and he got back safely. Indiana's dugout is not happy at all. They believe that the pitcher balked, that he had come home and then threw over. And Coach Petroff is asking home plate umpire Marty Knezevich about that. And if nothing else, obviously they're not going to change their call, but they are going to look for it moving forward. But what a job by Tim Birch in that game of pickle to get back onto first base safely. And the conversation ends, and Coach Petroff goes back to the third base coaching box. So there's been 2 throwovers to first so far. No pitches to Shank as he stands in. First pitch is a ball to Ethan Shank. Indiana wants to put pressure on the other teams with their running game. It's been evident so far this year. Throw over again. Birch in standing. And Coach Petroff and the field umpire Brian Burns are having a conversation. Coach Petroff felt that was a balk again. Ball inside, 2-0 on the batter Ethan Shank. Birch has a good lead right at the cut of the grass off of first base. And there's the strike right at the knees on the outside part of the plate by Herschel Roth. Shank is standing in. Three and one. That ball was low. 3-1 is the count. So now what we're seeing is deep counts by Herschel Roth in the first 3 Indiana batters. And that ball is fouled back off the screen to make it a full count. Full count pitch coming from Herschel Roth to Shank. And strike three looking. He got him looking. And that's 2 strikeouts here in the first inning. For the second out, bringing to the plate Mark Collinger, the first baseman. Collinger stepping in. He has 6 hits for the Indians, 3 singles, a double, and a triple. He's batting .353 on the season. Tim Birch is at first. Elizabeth Forward leads 1-0. That ball's low. They were able to score their 1 run on a single, RBI single by the pitcher, Herschel Roth. And a dribbler back, and that's going to be trouble. Can they beat it out? And they did. Collinger hustled down the line. That's going to be an infield hit for Mark Collinger. That'll advance Birch to second base. Once that ball got by Herschel Roth, you knew it was going to be trouble for the second baseman. Stepping in is Charlie Manzi. Manzi is obviously one of their Indiana's power hitters. He's off to a little bit of a slow start this year. He's batting .200. He's got 3 hits in 15 at-bats. He's got 2 doubles, though, so there is power there. And he looks at strike 1. Indiana has runners on first and second. See if they want to get them in motion and get some guys in scoring position here to help their cause offensively. Manzi quickly falls behind 0-2. You got 2 men on. Here in the bottom of the first, Elizabeth Forward leads 1-0. Oh, 2 pitch. Fouled out of play off behind the Indiana dugout. Manzi, as you remember, hit home run in the state championship game last year. He and Ben Ryan went back-to-back. Indiana was not able to hold on to that lead and finished second in the WPIAL and second in the state last year. They're looking to improve that. They're off to a hot 6-0 start. Trying to keep it going here against the number 4 ranked team in Quad A, Elizabeth Forward. Ball out and off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Charlie Manzi, Indiana's third baseman. Herschel Roth from the stretch. Checks the runners. Comes home. Ball in the outside corner. Birch steals. And he's out at third base. They got Birch stealing. And that's a end third out of the inning. For the Indians, they had 1 hit, no runs, 1 man left. After 1 complete, Elizabeth Forward leads 1-0.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
And we're back with the top of the second. Elizabeth Forward has a 1-0 lead. Michael Zimmerman finishes his warm-up tosses. So far, each team has 1 hit. Elizabeth Forward has 1 run. These stats are brought to you by Crimson Wealth Management. Stepping in, number 20, the third baseman. Nate Grimm is stepping in. He's the first baseman today. He's a left-handed batter. And he pops it out of play, first pitch. As we said, this is Michael Zimmerman's first pitching appearance for the Indians this season in varsity action. And he looks in and gets his sign from Ethan Shank. Slow roller to the second baseman. Force charges it. On to the first baseman, Collinger, for the first out of the second inning. That's the kind of thing you want if you're Michael Zimmerman. Those nice, easy ground outs. Brings up the designated hitter, Landon Jackson. Zimmerman looks in. Ball low. And there's a single into right field for Landon Jackson on the 1-0 pitch. That'll bring up the left fielder, Jack Krovac.
Jack Krovac.
So Zimmerman goes from the stretch with a man with Jackson on first base. Pitch to Krovac is low and out. Zimmerman throws over. Back in time is Jackson. There's a strike right down the plate. Evens the count at 1-1. Zimmerman's doing a really nice job of finding the strike zone today. Strike 2 right on the outside corner. Really nice pitch. Went with a fastball right at the knees on the outside part of the corner. Zimmerman looks, gets his sign. Popped up. Carter putts on it. Got a bead, an easy play for Putt. Patrolling center field. So that's the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mitchell Buick.
Now batting, number 22, Mitchell Buick.
Really good job here by Michael Zimmerman today. So far, he gave up the 1 run. And that was a walk and a single in the in the top of the first. But he's done a really good job of throwing strikes and working quickly. Ball low to the number 9 man, Buick. Zimmerman looks in, not much of a lead at first base. There's strike 1. Doesn't look like Jackson's really trying to get too much of a lead over there at first. There's a foul ball out of play down the right field line. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the inning. Elizabeth Forward leads Indiana 1-0 here in the top of the second. Zimmerman looks. Strike 3 looking. Beautiful breaking ball by Michael Zimmerman for his second strikeout of the day. Elizabeth Forward, no runs, no hit, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Our score after 1.5. Elizabeth Forward 1, Indiana 0.
Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at SobekFitness.com.
And we're back at the White Township Athletic Complex. Indiana trails Elizabeth Ford and going into the bottom of the second inning, 2-1. The team at Forest Turf Solutions is proud to be a co-presenting sponsor of Indiana baseball. Good luck to the players and coaches this season. If you're looking into building a new field, converting an existing field, or replacing an existing synthetic turf field, then reach out to Forest Turf Solutions. For more information, go to www.forceturfsolutions.com. That's forceturfsolutions.com. Stepping into the plate for Indiana to lead off the bottom of the second is Charlie Manzi. Charlie was up as Tim Birch got thrown out at third base to end the inning. He'll face Cy Herschelroth, the left-hander for Elizabeth Forward. Strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Herschelroth is doing a nice job of mixing his speeds. He's gone breaking ball twice now to Manzi. Try to get a swing and a miss from Charlie there. Charlie comes in batting .200 on the season. But as I said, he does, does have good power. He's got 2 doubles. There's ball 2 on the outside. So the count is now even at 2-2 on third baseman Charlie Manzi. There's a foul ball down the left field line and hooked foul. Manzi was sitting on that off-speed pitch and was just way out in front of it. 2-2 pitch coming again. He drove one over the center fielder's head. What a catch by the center fielder. He ran a long way to track that down, and that will give him some credit. That's Charlie Knight out there in center field. At first, you saw him turn and his back was to the infield, and you thought, boy, that's got a chance to get into that gap. But the ball just hung up there. That'll bring to the plate Caden Force. Caden is swinging a hot bat. He's batting over 500 on the season. He's batting .538. He's got 7 hits and 13 at-bats. His on-base percentage is .684. He has 6 walks on the season. So he is getting on base a lot. There's a strike to even the count. One and one. I'm hearing that is our score on the ticker wrong, Sam? Does Elizabeth Forward have 1 and Indiana 0? Is that what you have on the scoreboard on the game?
Number 7, Rocco Cosentino.
It's 1-0. Should be 1-0 Elizabeth Forward. Caden Force grounded out to the second baseman. That went 4-3. That brings up Rocco Cosentino, the right fielder. And that's flared into left. It's going to get down for a single. Cosentino fisted one off and was able to get over the shortstop's head.
Now batting, number 10, Gavin Jonas.
And we want to thank not only one of our sponsors, Brian Force, but he's tuning in from Copper Mountain, Colorado. Both his boys are playing today. And there's a strike to Gavin Gonis. Gonis is the DH today. Herschel Roth picks off Cosentino. He's going to get into a rundown again. And they drop the baseball. They drop the baseball. So that's twice now that Indiana has gotten guys picked off. But they were able to get back, work the pickle. So that move, that left-handed move by Herschel Roth, has Indiana base stealers guessing a little bit. Herschel Roth gets a sign. He looks. Comes home to Gonis. Gonis swings and misses. Big cut for strike 2. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. Elizabeth Forward leads Indiana 1-0. Herschel Roth. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Gonis gets caught looking for the second out of the inning. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the third out of the inning. Guess I missed one. Anyway, after 2 complete, Indiana had no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the top of the third. Elizabeth Forward 1, Indiana 0.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
And we're back here at the White Township Athletic Complex as Indiana trails Elizabeth Ford at the top of the third inning. Indiana has a new pitcher into the game, John Cribbs. John's a senior. This is his second appearance. He's thrown 1 inning. He faced 3 batters, allowed no runs, no hits. His ERA is 0.0. As we talked about, Coach Petroff is going to go with a bullpen pitching performance today. So the rest of the defensive lineup stays the same. However, John Cribbs steps in. And our stats are brought to you by Crimson Wealth Management. See Doug Steve for all your wealth management needs. And this game is being presented today thanks to the support of Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
Now batting, number 2, Charlie Knight.
Charlie Knight steps in. The center fielder, he made a nice play last inning, tracking that ball down from Charlie Manzi. Cribbs with the pitch. Slow breaking ball, in for strike 1. And I apologize. I was informed that I was mispronouncing Charlie's name. This is Charlie Nygat, not Charlie Knight. Ball on the outside. The 2-1 pitch from John Cribbs. Breaking ball outside. Goes 3-1. Ball on the outside. That's going to be a leadoff walk for Charlie Nygat.
Now batting, number 29.
That'll bring to the plate J.B. Krovac, the right fielder, number 29, steps into the left-handed batter's box. Now Cribbs has to work from the stretch after the leadoff walk. Krovac walked the first time up, facing Mike Zimmerman. He came around and scored Elizabeth Ford's only run today on the Herschel Roth single. Cribbs sets. Ball outside. 1-1 is the count on J.B. Krovac. Manzi comes in to play the bunt. Swing right back to Cribbs. He decides to go to first base. Krovac's put out 1-3 for the first out.
Number 1,
Nigel advances to second on the play. That brings up the shortstop, A.J. Grease. Grease is 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the first inning. One of Michael Zimmerman's 2 strikeouts on the day. That'll close the book on Michael Zimmerman. He had 2 complete innings pitched. Gave up 1 run. Gave up 2 hits. Had 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. Good outing for Michael Zimmerman today. Boy, big breaking ball. Grease was way ahead of that one. Cribbs from the stretch. Good block by Ethan Shank on a breaking ball that was in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. Cribbs isn't going to blow you away, but he does generally command the zone. There's a ball to the shortstop. Olson over to first base for the second out. Good play by Will Olson to retire Grease 6-3 for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Cy Herschelroth to the plate. Herschelroth is 1 for 1. He singled in the bottom of the first and drove in Krovac. He's 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI. He bats from the left side. Elizabeth Ford has a man on third base. That's Charlie Nygett. Cribbs delivers, ball low. And so Indiana decides they're going to put Herschelroth on in an intentional walk. Set up the force play at second. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. It appears to be number 18.
Now batting, number 20.
And let's see, number 18 is Jake Williams. Jake Williams is the courtesy runner for the pitcher. In high school, you can courtesy run for your pitcher and your catcher. And stepping into the plate is number 20, the third baseman, Jacob Peterson. And there's a swing and a miss. Cribbs has runners at first and third, looking to get out of this with no further damage. And there's a ball shot down the left field line, foul. Cribbs is quickly ahead 0-2 on Jacob Peterson. Peterson's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Charlie Manzi to end the first inning. And Ethan Shank goes out to talk to John Cribbs to make sure they have their right defensive set. In the first and third situation. 0-2 is the count. There's 2 outs. Cribbs comes to the set, and he delivers. Breaking ball to Charlie Manns. He backs up. Good play. Shoots it across the diamond. Good pick by Mark Collinger. Big time pick by Collinger to end the inning. So, Elizabeth Ford, no runs. They had no hits. And 2 men left on base. Your score after 1, Elizabeth Ford 1, Indiana 0.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Penn Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
Help her get it in her car.
Number 13, Will Olson.
And we're back here in the bottom of the third inning. Will Olson steps to the plate for the Indians. He's playing shortstop today. And he'll face Cy Herschelroth. And there's a foul ball towards the Indiana dugout. Will Olson. He's got 8 plate appearances, 6 at-bats. And he has 3 hits. So he's batting .500 on the season. That ball's outside. One pitch to Olson. Ball downstairs. Indiana's worked a lot of deep counts, but they haven't been able to draw any walks off of Herschel Roth yet. There's strike two to even the count at 2-2. Olson's the number 9 man. Carter putts on deck. He's the leadoff man. Olson fouls that one back. The 2-2 back. That's out of play. So we'll do it again. Two pitch coming. Olson fights it off. Got to protect in these situations. You want to work these pitch counts. Herschel Roth with the 2-2. Gets his sign, rocks and delivers. There's a slow roller to the second baseman. On to first base, 4 and out.
Now batting, number 5, Carter Putt.
Carter Putt steps in. He struck out swinging his first time up today. He's 0 for 1. Putt, left-hander. Takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball downstairs, 1-1. Looking to try to get Putt on. Swing and a miss. Got a piece of it, but Putt falls behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a strike in the dirt. The catcher scoops it, throws on to first to complete this strikeout.
Now batting, number 14.
That's Herschel Roth's 4th strikeout today. Bringing to the plate Tim Birch. Tim singled in the first inning and was thrown out at third trying to advance on a steal. Shows bunt, offers, and misses. Strike 1. Birch pops it up. That's going to be in no man's land for the shortstop and the center fielder. Center fielder comes in and records the 3rd out of the inning. Indiana goes 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no one left. Your score after 3 complete. Elizabeth forward, 1.
Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
And we're back with the top of the fourth inning. Indiana has a new pitcher, Sully Van Hoos, comes in and replaces John Cribbs. Cribbs went 1 inning, gave up no runs, 1 hit, and that was that for Cribbs. He did walk 2, 1 was an intentional, but no hits, no runs for John. So he throws 1 full inning. And Van Hoos now comes into the game. So Indiana's got to get their offense going here. They've done a good job on the mound. They just got to keep grinding and try to get a couple runs across here. So we'll have to see if Van Hoos is going to hit or if he's just going into the game as a pitcher as he finishes up his warm-ups. Van Hoos on the season this is his 5th appearance. He's thrown 5 innings. He's faced 19 batters. He's got 11 strikeouts, 4 walks, and has an ERA of 0. So they look for a lot of innings out of Sully Van Hoos as this year goes on. Nate Grimm steps into the plate. He's a left-hander, and he's playing first base today. Van Hoos' first pitch popped up over near the Elizabeth Ford dugout. Shank give chase out of play. So strike 1. Van Hoos gets ahead on the first baseman, Nate Grimm. Van Hoos bounces 1 out in front of the plate and gets behind Ethan Shank for ball 1. 1-1 the count on Nate Grimm. Elizabeth Ford leads 1-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Fouled off. Strike 2. As we've mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Indiana is scheduled to play Derry Thursday and Friday in section games. They got rained out Monday, Tuesday, so they will be rescheduled. We're not sure if we're planning on doing the Friday game here on Renda Digital TV, but that may get moved to Thursday, and Grimm strikes out, swinging for the first out of the inning. So pay attention to our Facebook and social media pages, and if that game's Friday, I believe we will carry it live here on Renda Digital. Van Hoos, strike 1. That's to the DH, Landon Jackson. Ball up and in. Fastball ran in on Landon Jackson. Jackson is 1 for 1. He singled back in the 2nd inning off Michael Zimmerman. And that's fouled directly back into the screen for strike 2. Van Hoos quickly ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Want to commend the grounds crew here at the White Township Athletic Complex. The infield is in great shape for today's game. Ball roller up the middle. Olsen. Collinger did a great job to get his foot back down on the base. The throw from Olsen was high. Collinger went up, got it, came down. Good play by both infielders. Good job by Will Olsen to come and track that ball down and get it out of his glove quickly, and Mark Collinger the wherewithal to know where that bag was. Jack Krovach steps in now with 2 outs. He flew out to the center fielder in the second inning. And Van Hoos quickly gets ahead, strike 1. There's another roller to Olsen. Olsen comes up with it, clean. Short hop the throw. Not lucky this time. Shanks there to back it up. So Jack Krovach will reach first on an error by the shortstop, Will Olsen. That'll bring up the catcher, Mitchell Vuick. Vuick struck out looking to end the second inning against Michael Zimmerman. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Indiana trails Elizabeth Ford 1-0. Sully Van Hoos in for his first inning of work, working from the stretch. Fastball right over for strike 1. Van Hoos looks. Ooh, it hit him. Now they're saying it's a foul ball. They're going to ask, the umpires are going to talk it over. Vuick is working his arm as if it hit him. It did sound like I heard a ting of the bat, but they're going to award him first base on the hit by pitch. So now all of a sudden Indiana's in a little bit of trouble now that the top of the order comes. Charlie Nygett comes up with runners on first and second. Van Hoos was working quickly. Then the error on the shortstop Olsen, then the hit by the pitch. Ball 1 to Nygett. Nygett is 0 for 1 today. He did walk in the 3rd inning. And that ball's popped up to center field. Carter putts under it and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. So no damage on the error and the hit by pitch. No runs. No hits. 2 men left. Our score 1-0. Elizabeth Ford leads Indiana.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
And we're back here at the White Township Athletic Complex. We want to thank Sobek Fitness as our presenting sponsor. Sobek Fitness is open 24/7. Join anytime and receive access via your cell phone. Our other game sponsor today is Force Turf Solutions. If you're looking to build a new field or converting an existing field or replacing a synthetic turf field, reach out to Force Turf Solutions at www.forceturfsolutions.com. WPIAL.com. We thank them for their support of Indiana baseball. Stepping in for Indiana in the bottom of the 4th inning, catcher Ethan Shank. He will face Cy Herkelroth, who's staying in for his 4th inning. That ball's outside. Indiana has managed a couple of hits, but hasn't been able to do much with them today. Ooh, Shank wanted to go on that one and held up. No appeal. 2-0. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Herkelroth fouled off the fence on the right side. There's a nice crowd here today on a cool afternoon. The sun is starting to hide behind some clouds, so it is a little bit chilly. We have 2 games going on out here today. We have the varsity game here and the JV field over on Hogan, or JV game against these 2 teams over on Hogan Field. Ball bounces. So I'll give it a full count. There's been a lot of full counts today. Indiana still has not collected a walk yet in today's game through the first 3 innings. Full count, here it comes. Shank fouls it back. Really trying to work that pitch count. Sooner or later, you hope to break through if you're Indiana. There's a shot right up the middle by Ethan Shank. Good hard single. And he'll round first and hold up. That's a really nice at bat by Ethan Shank to get that single, to get the leading runner on. And that, he's the 3rd man. Collinger's 4, Charlie Manzi's 5. Right in the meat of the Indiana order right here. Collinger steps in. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. Trying to see who that is out there. I think it's Brady Oakes. Can't get confirmation. I believe it is number 6, Brady Oakes. Ball low to Mark Collinger. Collinger singled in the first, is only at bat today. Strike on that breaking ball. On the outside part of the plate to Mark Collinger. Collinger, the number 4 hitter for the Indians. He squares, stabs at it, bunts it foul for the 2nd strike. So Coach Petros trying to get a little small ball going here. Trying to get a runner into scoring position against Herschel-Roth. Tim Birch was the only man to reach second base today. The 1-2 pitch coming to Mark Collinger. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove for strike 3.
Now batting, number 38, Charlie Manzi.
That's the 5th strikeout for Herschel Road today. Charlie Manzi steps in. He's the number 5 hitter. Brady Oaks is at first base, courtesy running for Ethan Shank. Herschel Road from the stretch. Strike 1 swinging to Charlie Manzi. Manzi is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to center field on a really nice play by center fielder Charlie Nygett. Strike 2 looking. So after the leadoff single, Herschel Roth has really kind of settled in here now. Manzi's called out looking on strike 3. Oaks does advance to second base on a stolen base. And that brings Caden Force, second baseman. Caden is 0 for 1. He grounded out to second base in the second inning, but he still leads the team offensively. He stepped into today's game batting over 500. Need him to stay hot and try to get this run in with 2 outs. Oaks off second. Ball outside. Indiana's looking for any way to try to get a run over here to tie this game up. 1-0 is our score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 outs. Herschel Rose steps off. Oaks scampers back to second. Shortstop is playing a little bit behind him. Herschel Roth gives a look. And that's popped straight up. Vuick back to the fence and makes the catch. Nice play by Mitchell Vuick, the catcher, to retire Force. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 man left. Our score remains Elizabeth forward 1, Indiana 0.
We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team of the law office of Patrick Doherty.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Changes. And we're back here at the top of the 5th inning. Van Hoos remains pitching. We do have some defensive changes. At shortstop, Chase Force goes into the game. And in right field, Brady Oaks replaces Rocco Cosentino. Everybody else looks to be in the same spots as they've been. Van Hoos comes on for his 2nd inning of work.
J.B. Krovac.
And J.B. Krovac steps in. Krovac is 0 for 1. He did walk and score a run in the 1st. And we're waiting on the umpire to make the changes. So your defense sets up this way. Charlie Manzi at 3rd. Chase Force at short. Caden Force at 2nd. Mark Collinger is at first. Ethan Shank is catching. Van Hoos is pitching. In the outfield, Tim Birch in left. I believe Carter Putt is in center. Yes, he is. And Brady Oaks is in right. J.B. Krovach steps in to face Sullivan Van Hoos. That first pitch is fouled off. Out of play. We want to thank Crimson Wealth Management for sponsoring our statistics today as we go through the game. There's ball one to even up the count at 1-1. A lot of tassel caps here today. You don't expect that in April, but this is Western Pennsylvania baseball. Van Hoos with a fastball right on the inside corner. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on the right fielder, J.B. Krovach. Fouled off right outside of the Elizabeth Ford dugout. They inspect the ball after it skimmed off the concrete block wall. Freshly painted, I might add, by the players on the Indiana team. There's a curveball popped up. Tim Birch calls for it, makes the catch in left.
Now batting, number 1, A.J. Grease.
The shortstop, A.J. Grease, will step in. Grease is 0 for 2. He struck out in the first and grounded to short in the third. Van Hoos looks. He kicks and delivers. Curveball in there for strike 1. If Van Hoos can get his breaking stuff in early for a strike, he can be dangerous. Fastball just missed. Shank tried to frame it. Just a baseball off the plate. 1-1 pitch. That's popped up. Collinger has a bead on it. In foul territory, Collinger squeezes it for out number 2. That'll bring up Cy Herschelrode, the pitcher. He is 1 for 1 today as an RBI single in the first, and he was intentionally walked in the third. Fouled over towards the Elizabeth Ford dugout for strike 1. Van Hoos has done a really nice job of getting ahead of the hitters today. Just off the plate for ball 1, 1-1. There's a ground ball, Collinger. And they're going to call a foul ball, I believe. Yeah, they called a foul ball. Apparently, they believe it went off of Herschelrode's foot. Collinger made the play, but it'll just be a foul ball. 1-2 pitch by Van Hoos. Change up. Strike 3 on this. Got Herschelrode looking. 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. They look to get the bats alive. As we enter the bottom of the 5th inning, Elizabeth Ford 1, Indiana 0.
Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
And we're back here at the White Township Athletic Complex. A couple changes for Indiana. We mentioned defensively, but offensively, Brady Oakes is going to hit in the 7 spot for Rocco Cosentino. Sully Van Hoos is going to bat in the A spot, replacing Tyler Gonis. And Chase Force will bat in the 9 spot, replacing Will Olson. Indiana's looking to get something here now. Herschel Roth is still in there for Elizabeth Ford. He's been very effective today. Hasn't given up many hits. 3 hits today. And has
number 6, Brady Oakes.
6 strikeouts. No walks. Stepping in is the right fielder, Brady Oakes. Oakes is a sophomore for the Indians. First pitch, strike on the inside corner. Oakes has played in all 6 games. He's got 11 plate appearances, 8 at bats. He has 3 hits on the season. He's batting .375. Ball 1-1-1. Trying to get the leadoff runner on. Ball back to the screen. Oakes ahead in the count, 2-1. As we talked about earlier, Elizabeth Ford hasn't played this week, and they don't have any section games, so that's why they're running out their number 1 pitcher. Indiana is electing to save Greg Minnick and Ryan Okapal for their section games against Derry later this week. 3-1 pitch. And that's a ball on the outside. First walk allowed. And Indiana gets a lead runner on for the 2nd inning in a row. Sully Van Hoos steps to the plate for the Indians. Sully came in and has been pitching. He has 2 innings pitching today. Oakes on first base. Interestingly enough, last inning, Oakes was on first base as well, running for Ethan Shank. So he's seen Herschel Roth move. Ball low, into the dirt. No advancement. Van Hoos steps in. He's played in all 6 games. He's got 16 plate appearances, 14 at bats. He's got 3 hits. He's batting .214 with a .314 on base percentage. Swing and a miss by Van Hoos to even the count at 1-1. Van Hoos squares to bunt. Third baseman comes in. Herschel Roth with a long stretch. Van Hoos pulls back. Ball in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1. Coach Petroff is trying everything he can to get a runner in scoring position here and hopefully get this lineup flipped over. 2-1 pitch to Van Hoos. He squares again. Third baseman comes in. He pops it up over the backstop to even the count 2-2, so that should take the bunt off. Got to be able to get the bunt down in these situations. 2-2 pitch. Foul. Foul tip. Van Hoos is staying alive in there. Trying to extend this at bat and find a way to get on. 1-0. Elizabeth Ford leads here in the bottom of the 5th inning as the clouds start to creep in a little bit here at the White Township Complex. And they called a balk. Brian Burns, the infield umpire, he did call a balk. That's Coach Petroff has been on him since day one, since the first inning on the balk, and Burns finally called it. So now we got our runner at second base. Van Hoos is in the plate. 2-2 pitch coming in. Oaks gets off second. The infield pinches. Van Hoos, swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 7th strikeout of the day for Herschel Road. Bringing to the plate Chase Force. Out number 1. Runner now in scoring position as Indiana's trying to claw back here. 1-0. Elizabeth Ford, Herschel Road has been dominant on the mound today. Chase Force steps in for his first at bat. Herschel Road steps off. Let's take a look at Chase Force's. He's got 13 plate appearances, 11 at bats. He's got 2 hits. He's batting at 182, but he has an on-base percentage of just over 3. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Indiana Athletic Director Dan Roan stopped in here with his daughter Carson. Always good to see them at the ballpark. Ball inside. 1-1 now on the shortstop, Chase Force. Ball low. 2-1. We know we heard from Chase's dad, Brian. He's out in Colorado, tuned into the game. Appreciate all that Force Turf Solutions does to help us put this on the air for you today. Ball low, 3-1. 3-1. Herschel Roth had his first walk this inning. That was to Brady Oaks. Let's see if Chase can get on. Ball 4. 2 walks this inning.
Now batting, number 5, Carter Putt.
Herschel Roth has 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Carter Putt steps in. He has 2 of the strikeouts in the first and the third. So Carter's due today to get his bat going with men on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. From the stretch. Ball, strike 1 on the inside corner. Umpire Marty Knezevich, a little bit delayed there. Fooled me. Fouled down the left field side, now to play. Quickly, Herschel Roth is ahead of Putt. No balls, 2 strikes. Looking to just put anything in play here. Trying to get these runners over. There's a ball up the middle, and it's by. And this should score a run. Chugging around, throw to the plate is cut off. Oaks scores. Carter Putt with the RBI single. Indiana on the board. Good piece of hitting by Carter Putt.
Now batting, number 14, Tim Birch.
Brings to the plate Tim Birch on the play. Force advances to second. So you got runners at first and second now with one out. Tim Birch is up. Tim Birch is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the first, flew out in the third. Flew out to center in the third. Herschel Roth from the stretch, very deliberate. He comes home, ball high. So to reset for you, Putt singled and he's on first, and Chase Force is at second after he walked. Tim Birch at the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Swung, fouled. That evens up the count at 1-1. Ethan Shank is on deck. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Our score is tied. Indiana finally put a run across on the RBI single by Carter Putt. Birch, left-handed batter. Runners go. Swing. Throws into left field. They're going to try to score him. There's going to be a play at the plate. And Chase Force is safe at home. Indiana takes a 2-1 lead. Putting the runners in motion by Coach Petrov puts pressure on this defense. Ball goes into shallow left field. Left fielder had to come a long way to get it. And Chase Force hustling all the way, comes all the way around from second and scores. Carter Putt advances to second. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tim Birch. Looking to cash in here for Indiana. Herschel Roth with the stretch. Gets the sign. Pitch to Birch. Birch slaps one into right field. On comes the right fielder and hangs up and just able to get it. Fly out to the right fielder. J.B. Krovac brings to the plate Ethan Shank. So we have 2 outs. Shank's at the plate. Ethan today is 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the first and singled in the fourth. Carter Putt is at second. Indiana leads 2-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Ball high. It started off with 2 walks this inning. The first 2 of the game for Herschel Roth. And Indiana was able to make him pay, bringing both of them around to take the 2-1 lead. Ball low. Good hustle by Carter Putt. He read that. The ball just trickled away a couple feet, and he's able to advance to third. Shank is up with two outs, 2 balls, no strikes. Herschel Road from the stretch. Time called by Shank. Trying to get that third run across for the Indians. Strike right at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ethan Shank, Indiana's catcher. Carter Putt at third. Ball outside. 3-1 now on Ethan Shank. Three-one pitch. That's over for strike 2, full count. Full count, 2 outs. Indiana leads Elizabeth Ford 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Payoff pitch. Strike three, got him swinging. But it was a productive inning for Indiana. Indiana scores 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 on. They take the lead 2-1 going into the top of the 6th inning. You're watching Renda Digital TV.
Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
And we're back here at the White Township Athletic Complex. Indiana took the lead in the bottom of the 5th, 2-1. Sullivan Van Hoos out for his 3rd inning of work. Elizabeth Forward's going to bring to the plate their 5, 6, and 7 batters in this tight battle today. Indiana's defense remains the same as it was last inning. It is a cool day here at the ball yard, but we do want to thank Force Turf Solutions for being a sponsor of today's game, as well as Sobek Fitness. Sobek has an open floor plan, all of the machines that you would need to get your fitness groove on. Email to Mike at SobekFitness.com. And we also want to thank Crimson Wealth Management for all the stats today. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, we don't have much from Elizabeth Forward. They don't have their stats on Max Preps, so we weren't able to get those. But we'll do the best we can. Jacob Peterson steps in. He's grounded out to Charlie Manzi twice today, once in the 1st and once in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2. He faces Sullivan Van Hoos. Ball low. Van Hoos looks in, and he delivers. There's another ground ball to Charlie Manzi. Manzi across the diamond. Collinger hangs on. 5-3. Jacob Peterson, that's all he's done today. 5-3, 5-3, 5-3.
Now batting, number 3.
Nate Grimm steps in. He's the first baseman. He is 0 for 2. He struck out back in the 4th, and he grounded out to the second baseman, Caden Force, in the 2nd. He's a left-handed hitter. Van Hoos. Ball outside to the left-handed hitting Grimm. Van Hoos looks. Strike 1 swinging. Really, other than the 1st inning, Indiana's pitchers have done a masterful job. Even that, it was just 1 single. There's another strike on the inside corner by Van Hoos. Van Hoos has done a really nice job since coming in. This is his 3rd inning of work. Just missed on the breaking ball. Tough take with 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Ball high, full count. Full count on Grimm. Van Hoos rocks. And that ball stroked into the gap. Carter putt on the move. No, it gets down. And they're held up at first. Grimm singles. Good job by the outfield. Carter putt and Brady Oaks out there held Grimm to a single.
Number 28, Landon Jackson.
Landon Jackson steps in. Jackson is 1 for 2. Singled in the second inning and grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth. Van Hoos from the stretch. Ball up and in. They're going to clean the plate off. Let the batter who bit the dust on that one get his faculties in order. Marty Knezovich cleans off home plate, gives everybody a chance to regroup, as a good umpire would. And we're set to go. 1 ball. Man on first is Grimm. Van Hoos with the breaking ball. Yes, sir. He offered. 1-1 is the count. Van Hoos from the stretch. Grimm, not much of a lead. Fastball swung late. Jackson, it falls behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 swinging on the high fastball. 2 outs. And Elizabeth Ford has Grimm on first base, but there are 2 outs. Jack Krovac steps in. Krovac flied out to center in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. Ball 1 high. Van Hoos looks. Ball popped out of play over behind the Elizabeth Ford dugout. We've got Munchkins in the box with us today. Van Hoos from the stretch. Fastball right on the outside corner. I'd like to see a radar on that. That looked pretty good to me. Van Hoos. That's stroked. But Tim Birch has a beat on it. As they say, we got a guy there. So they work out of the single by Grimm. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Score remains Indiana 2, Elizabeth Ford 1. You're watching Renda Digital TV.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
They told me to tell you.
All right, and we're back here at the White Township Athletic Complex. We do have a new pitcher, another left-hander. It's going to be the right fielder coming into pitch, and I believe that's one of the Krovacs. J.B. Krovac comes in, and that closes the door on Cy Harkle-Roche. He is going to go to right field. tremendous outing, and unfortunately he's on the hook for the loss for Elizabeth Forward, but really a nice outing for Herschel Roth. He had 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, scattered about 4 hits on the day, but he's on the losing side of the ledger right now. And Indiana is looking to add on against Krovach. Cy Harkelroth is done for the day. And he turns it over to Krovach. Mark Collinger steps in. Swing and a miss. Another left-handed pitcher. The score should be Indiana 2, Elizabeth Forward 1. Collinger dribbles one through the legs of head coach Dan Petroff. Falls behind 0-2. We apologize for the score difficulties. The score is Indiana 2, Elizabeth Forward 1. We're working out the kinks. This is our first game this year. Ball low. And there was some thought that at the beginning of the broadcast, we might not even get on the air today with our video signal. And thanks to Samantha Snedden and John Smathers for their hard work to get us on. Hot shot to third base, and that's through for a single by Mark Collinger. Indiana gets a lead runner on again. Third inning in a row, they've gotten the lead man on. Brings Charlie Manzi to the plate. Let's see what Indiana chooses to do here now. Yep. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter.
Now batting, number 20, Shane McHugh.
Shane McHugh is going to pinch hit for Charlie Manzi. McHugh's a left-handed hitter. Let's see if we got some stats on Shane McHugh. McHugh's played in 3 games. He's got 4 at-bats, 4 plate appearances. He's batting .250. He's got 1 hit on the season. And he was looking to bunt. Wonder if Coach Petroff put him in simply to get this bunt over. We will see. McHugh. J.B. Krovach is in to pitch. McHugh squares to bunt. Ball outside. 2-0. 2-0. On McHugh. He squares to bunt again. Third baseman creeps in. He pulls back on the breaking ball, but it does catch the inside corner for strike 1. And McHugh attempts the bunt, but doesn't get it down. Nothing more frustrating for a coach when you put the bunt on and aren't able to get it over. Now with 2 strikes, you expect McHugh to be swinging away. He still squares the bunt, however. Coach Petroff left it on. Pulls it back. Ball 3. Full count. Not a big proponent of a 2-strike bunt, unfortunately. Too many things can go wrong. But let's see. Full count, McHugh. He still squares to bunt. Ball 4, down low. McHugh walks. And that'll bring to the plate the second baseman, Caden Force. Caden Force is grounded out to the second baseman and popped out to the catcher today. Runners on first and second, no outs. Indiana's looking to try to bust this thing open. First baseman's creeping in now. They expect the bunt with the first and second situation. Time called by the catcher Vuick. He'll go out and talk to Krovach. And Coach Petroff jogs down to talk to Caden Force. Want to thank and commend couple guys, Austin Shaw and I think one of the Brocious boys for doing the public address system today. They do a good job with the music and everything in the background that you hear. It's good to see them getting some volunteer hours helping out the baseball program. Caden Force looks, he squares, bunts it in between first and the pitcher, throws it, almost beats it out, but a good sacrifice bunt by Caden Force to advance the runners to second and third. He did his job, and that's what they wanted. Brady Oaks is coming to the plate. It's the little things that you do in the game, and that right there by Caden Force. Now Elizabeth Ford brings the infield in with runners at second and third with one out. Brady Oaks steps to the plate. Oaks walked and scored. He looks to bunt, lays it down. It's a fair ball. Safe at first. Buick made a nice play, fielded the ball before it went foul. Tried to throw out at first base, but Brady Oaks beat it out for an infield hit. Bases are now loaded. Sully Van Hoos steps to the plate. Van Hoos is in line to get the win on the mound if Indiana can hold on, but he's looking to help his cause right now. Elizabeth Ford's infield is in on the grass. Gets by him. It's going to be a close play at the plate. Safe. Mark Collinger comes around on the pass ball to score. All the runners advance. Let's Indiana get a 3-1 lead now. Indiana's up 3-1. One ball on Sullivan Van Hoos. Runners at second and third. The infield remains in for Elizabeth Forward. Strike one to Van Hoos. 1-1. Van Hoos struck out in his only plate appearance of the day. He offered to bunt, and it goes off the backstop, but nobody advances. One ball, two strikes. Van Hoos at the plate. Runners at second and third. Indiana leads 3-1 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. There's a shot into the left center field gap. That's going to go over the left fielder's head. In comes one run. In comes two runs. Van Hoos is going for three. Ball is muffed. Safe at third on an ugly, ugly slide. But that doesn't matter as Indiana scores two more runs on the triple by Sully Van Hoos. Wow, that was a big time stroke with a two-strike on him. Van Hoos was able to just drive that ball. McHugh scored. Oaks scored. And the ball gets to the bench. Here comes Van Hoos. Safe at home on the pass ball. Van Hoos comes in to score. So Indiana has scored 4 times here to take a 6-1 lead against Elizabeth Forward. Chase Force is at the plate. One ball on Chase Force. The bases are now empty. As we're closing in on the 6 o'clock hour, in the sixth inning, Indiana has 6 runs. Ball low to Force. Chase is the younger brother of Caden Force, who is playing second base today. Strike on the breaking ball from J.B. Krovach. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 2-2 count now on Chase Force. There's one out. Strike three tipped into the catcher's glove. Buick was able to hold on for the second out of the inning. Carter Putt steps in.
Now batting, number 5, Carter Putt.
Putt had the big single last inning that scored a couple runs. Putt is 1 for 3 today. And he flies one into center field. Shortstop, center fielder calls him off. And Nygett makes the catch. For Indiana, they score 4 runs on 1 hit. Leave nobody on base. Your score now after 6 complete. Indiana 6, Elizabeth Forward 1. You're watching Renda Digital TV.
Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate, estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team of the Law Office of Patrick Doherty.
And we're back here. Indiana has broken this game open. They hold a 6-run lead. Van Hoos comes on for his 4th inning of work on the mound. Indiana's 3 outs away from securing their 7th victory. And let's go back to that bottom of the 6th inning. Indiana scored 4 runs. They had 3 hits and nobody left. It all got started though. Mark Collinger had the single to lead it off. Shane McHugh walked. Brady Oakes singled on a sacrifice bunt that he was able to get on in a single. Van Hoos then hit a triple, clearing the bases. Indiana put 4 up in that inning. And the catcher, Mitchell Buick, steps in against Sully Van Hoos. Van Hoos is in line for the win here today. And Herschel Roth is in line for the tough luck loss. Ball bounced, caught a piece of catcher Ethan Shank. Yeah, you don't want to beat up your catcher, that's for sure. And Ethan Shank has been very, very durable behind the plate, and he's a very good defensive catcher. This is his 3rd year catching for Indiana, and he's only a junior, but he has really, really improved his defense the last 2 years. And, you know, he's really been the only guy that caught for Indiana this year. He's caught every inning, basically, of every game. Van Hoos with the 0-1. Evens account at 1-1 now. That's fouled back off this backstop. Van Hoos gets ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Van Hoos. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Shank. Buick looked like he was about to offer, but held. Two-two pitch on the way. Ball high. And we're full. With a 5-run lead, you do not want to walk this leadoff hitter, especially the number 9 man in the order. Strike 3 swinging. Shank on to first base to complete the strikeout. So that's 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Charlie Nygett, the center fielder.
Charlie Nygett.
Nygett has flown out to center. He walked in the 3rd, and he flew out to left in the 1st. So he is 0 for 2 with a walk. Van Hoos looks and delivers. Strike 1 on the breaking ball. Strike 2, swing and a miss. Fouled. Out of play. That was Van Hoos's 4th strikeout of the day. There's a ground ball. Shortstop, Chase Force. Cross the diamond. Got him. Nice play by Chase Force to circle around that ball and get it out of his glove quickly for the 2nd out of the 7th inning. Brings up the pitcher, J.B. Krovac. Krovac today, he is 0 for 2. He did walk and score Elizabeth Forward's only run in the 1st inning. And their offense has been quiet ever since. Van Hoos, strike 1, swing and a miss. Curveball just up. Just missed on the curveball. Van Hoos with the 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Ball 2. Van Hoos looks. He delivers. That's stroked out into right field. We got a guy there, and that's going to do it. Brady Oakes makes the catch in right field to end the ball game. Your final score, Elizabeth Forward 1, Indiana 6. Indiana moves to 7-0 on the season. And Elizabeth Forward moves to 6-2. As we've said, Indiana will be on the road tomorrow against Derry, and then home on Friday against Derry for 2 section games. And at this point, we'll be back with the post-game show after this. Indiana wins 6-1.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
And we're back again. Indiana defeats Elizabeth Forward 6-1 here at the White Township Athletic Complex. It was a game that was nip and tuck all the way into the 6th inning. Elizabeth Forward got on the board early. They scored in the 1st inning a walk and a single by Cy Herkelroth, and that was all the offense for Elizabeth Forward today. Herkelroth, I have to say, he was pretty dominant on the mound. He had 7 strikeouts, but Indiana was able to get to him in the 5th inning for 2 runs to take a 2-1 lead. He is the losing pitcher today. Indiana just hung around. They scored 2 in the 5th. And that inning started with a walk. He had 2 walks, Herkelroth did, and both came in and scored. He had 2 walks. Chase Force was able to walk. Brady Oakes was able to walk. And then Carter Putt had a single that drove in those 2 runs. Then in the 6th inning, Indiana was able to break this game open. Mark Collinger singled to lead off the inning. Shane McHugh walked, put runners at 1st and 2nd. Caden Force then sacrificed those guys over to 2nd and 3rd. That brought up Brady Oakes. Brady Oakes laid down a bunt. The catcher fielded it, but was late on the throw to 1st for an infield single. Bases were loaded to bring up Sully Van Hoos. Van Hoos then hit a triple over the left fielder's head and allowed the 3 runs to score. Van Hoos then later scored on a pass ball. For 4 runs, Indiana, 6 runs on the game. Van Hoos was dominant on the mound. It started off early. Mike Zimmerman started for Indiana. He threw 2 innings, gave up the 1 run, was very effective. He had 2 strikeouts. John Cribbs came in and threw a scoreless 3rd inning before giving way to Sully Van Hoos. Van Hoos clearly is our player of the game. He had 4 strikeouts, no walks, gave up 1 hit, allowed no runs, had 1 hit by pitch, and obviously the big triple that scored the 3 runs in the 6th. Indiana moves to 7-0 on the season. They showed why they are the top-ranked team according to the Trib High School Sports Network. They will be on the road against Derry tomorrow, and then home on Friday against Derry. Now, obviously, with weather conditions and everything, those locations may change, but as of now, that's the schedule. Your final here from the White Township Athletic Complex, Indiana 6, Elizabeth Forward 1. We want to thank Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness for their sponsorship of today's game. I also want to thank Samantha Snedden, our producer, and John Smathers from Renda Digital for getting everything set up today and helping us get on the air. And we want to thank you, the listeners, for joining us. Thank you, and look forward to catching up with you down the road to watch this exciting Indiana